welcome to my channel. What if you could resolve everything in one shot? So you could resolve everything in your life that's not to your liking. So there are things that you want to change. You've been looking at manifesting, nothing's happening. What if you could resolve everything in one go without specifically picking out the things that you're wanting to resolve? So resolving it to your advantage, because there's resolving something and there's resolving something to your advantage, isn't it? Because something can be resolved, but not necessarily to the point that you want it. So I'm going to talk about two different ways that you can use this technique. You can use it during the daytime, like for things like meetings that you want to go a certain way, job interviews, meeting up with friends if you've fallen out with them and you're trying to get the friendship back on track, anything like that. Those are just examples, but absolutely anything. And then using it as you go to sleep at night. So just before you're drifting into theta state, so you're in alpha state, you're hugely relaxed, you're drifting into theta, which is your suggestible state, and you're then going to make a statement to yourself before that. So the last thing, so it's when you're really, really tired, so it's the last thing that you are leaving your subconscious with, basically, before you go to sleep. The last thing you're leaving it with real intent. And that is different. That is resolving all of these things that you want to resolve in your life to your advantage. So things that you're looking at manifesting that haven't shown up yet, or things that you're not particularly hung up about, but some things that you might be hung up about. We are putting everything into one pot and dealing with it in one shot. Right. Let's say you're going to a meeting and you think it's going to go a certain way, which is not the way that you want it to go. You know how you want it to go. So you get clear in your head how you want it to go. And then you say positive resolution. Okay, so that's all you're going to say, positive resolution, and really feel the intent for that. Then let it go and then think, well, I've got to do this anyway, but you've stated your intent. So your subconscious has picked that up. That's a statement that you've made with real intent, and you have directed it at this particular meeting. So your subconscious knows that. Off you go to that meeting and then just see how it unfolds. If you go off to the meeting and you've not done anything like that and your head's all over the place and you're thinking, oh, I think it's going to go this way, I think it's going to go that way, it probably is going to, because you've sort of set that intention with your subconscious, but you haven't actually really wanted that. But because you really feel things with intent, then that is, to your subconscious, it doesn't understand the difference. So that is that technique. It's a really simple one just to use on a I say daily basis, whenever you've got stuff going on that needs mopping up, that's what I call it. Right, okay, this is with manifestation. So you go to bed, you know how I feel about the subconscious and how it just sorts everything out for us if we let it. I'm going to talk a little bit at the end of this actually about talking to your subconscious a bit differently. It's the same thing, but a little bit different. Same, but different. I've been doing this for the last week and I just find it amazing. It's just a little hack. It does something to the mind when you do it. It like triggers something different. Anyway, first of all, let's just talk about this technique. So you are really relaxed. Don't do it as soon as you get into bed. Just wait until you're as relaxed as you possibly can be. Depends on how your sleep pattern is, but if you get to sleep sort of reasonably quickly, you'll know when you're getting to that sleepy stage, and you're going to say, everything is resolved to my advantage. So you're bringing in everything. You're not going through everything. So you're not going to lie there and go, oh, this specific person, then I want this job and I want this much money. You don't need to do that, because your subconscious holds all of that information. It knows what you mean when you say this. You are just directing it at everything. Everything is resolved to my advantage. Leave it. You're not going to keep saying it and keep saying it. It's just a one-shot deal. But you will do it again the next night, and you'll do it again the next night. It's what you're doing is you're leaving your subconscious with an imprint every single night, and it's going into theta. You're going into theta state, which is when you are hugely suggestible, and then you are off asleep after that. So imagine the power, because your subconscious is so powerful. I cannot tell you how powerful it is. It's amazing, and it's just the way that I work with this on a daily basis. Now I'm going to tell you what I've been doing, and I don't know, this just popped into my head in the car. Jeremy was driving, it just popped into my head and I thought, oh, that's awesome, because I don't always know what to call my subconscious, and mostly I just refer to it as subconscious, and it never seems quite right. I mean, it's the one I'm most comfortable with. I've tried God, I've tried Source, I've tried all of that stuff, and I'm not as comfortable with it as I am with subconscious, but it still seems a little bit impersonal, but I just couldn't come up with anything. And then I just thought, Alexa. I just thought, my internal Alexa, oh my God. And I just loved it as soon as I thought it. So I've been using that for the last week, and it has changed something, even though it's hugely successful with me just going subconscious, it feels better to call it something. So give it a try, because think about Alexa, and you might think, yeah, but Alexa gets things wrong sometimes. Alexa does get things wrong, the real Alexa sometimes, the 3D Alexa. But when you think about it, when she gives you duff information and it hasn't been what you've really asked for, but you've normally asked for it in the wrong way. You've normally constructed your sentence, because when this happens with Jeremy quite a lot, I go, yeah, but you look what you asked, you know, understandably. So then I will reconstruct his sentence and ask differently, and I always get the right answer. So think of it like that. Your Alexa, your own personal Alexa, needs to have a clear instruction. She needs to she needs whatever. Sorry. I don't know. Do I think of it as a she? Not really. I just think of it as some sort of entity. A clear instruction. So you need to, so if you find that you get a result, you think that's not really what I wanted. How did you ask? What was your sentence constructed like? So before you even do it, just think about it. Think about what you're saying. Then if you say something and you think, oh, actually, that could be construed like this or like that, because you have to be very specific with your subconscious mind, I have found, because I've had funny things happen and I thought, that's weird, and then I thought, oh God, but yeah, I asked this, and I thought, I can see exactly. I think this is what, you know, the old saying, be careful what you wish for. This dates back hundreds, if not thousands of years, that statement, and it probably relates to exactly the same thing. And you know, with the genie and the lamp, you've got to be specific about what you want, otherwise this will happen and that will happen. So think about it like that. You have to be specific, you have to be on point. Just mess around with it a little bit. But I really found the Alexa thing, I love it. So that's that for me now. I might change that, and a year down the line I might be saying something different, but at the moment really, really works for me. Anyway, I just wanted this to be a bit of a technique video, something that you can take with you, that because it's all very well talking about it, isn't it, and saying what this is, but if you don't come away with anything after that, because you already know this stuff, don't you? You already know what it is. So having these little techniques that have helped me and have worked wonders for me, I'm sure will help. It's not going to help everybody, are there? Are going to be some people that don't resonate with it, but some will, and it will help some of you. So if I can help some of you, then that is awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I'm an author, I'm a manifestation coach, and I am a law of assumption coach. I'm also a life coach, actually. I have been doing a bit more of that lately. So, you know, whatever. So if you're not sure what sort of help you want, just send me an email via my website and I will get back to you and we'll have a little chat.